They both suffered fractured skulls.
Oh my gosh. Did they survive?
Welcome to People Often Suck, Episode 7.
Episode 7?
Is there an echo? Yes.
Oh my
Episode
gosh,
7.
I'm so excited.
And if this is your first time, welcome. If this is a returning episode for you, thank you so very much. We appreciate you. And if, for some reason, you stumbled upon us for the first time ever, we bring you true crime stories that neither one of us know.
Well, you cheated last episode, but okay.
I did know. Okay. But
Anyhow, yes.
But
we're
we
not
want-
supposed to know.
we want to end each episode on a happy note, so we want to end.
Which you also knew, by the way.
Well, stop picking ones everyone knows.
You're not supposed to know Otto in the Attic.
Okay, so if you don't know what he's referring to, please refer to our previous episode.
Episode 6.
episode
Watch it.
6. Anyways.
So, Tom Cruise.
If you all could... Tom Cruise. I don't get the reference.
Cocktail.
Oh, my God.
I love that. That is great.
Okay, are you actually complimenting me?
You really don't know anymore, do you?
No. I see you decided to go with a button-up shirt today as well.
Well, I wanted to be a little classier.
Okay, well, yeah. Definitely a little bit classier than
So,
usual.
I'm TC, and this is Tom Cruise with the cocktail shirt.
No, this is just Tom. No relation to Cruise or Scientology.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with it. South Park did a very good episode. You can learn more about it if you watch the
Just
episode.
so we're aware, okay,
Yes,
the difference here,
yes.
other than I don't follow Scientology or Dianetics.
Or was married to Kim.
No, I was not.
Wait, are you sad about that? Hello, Lisa. We're going to talk later.
No, the difference is I refuse to eat vegetables just to stick it to vegans.
Oh, my God.
That's who I
don't
am.
even know what cause that would actually fall under, that you're going to stick it to the vegans by not eating vegetables.
Not only do I not eat vegetables,
And now that we've pissed off a certain sex of our,
they're not people. I double my meat intake every day because while they think they're doing something good by not eating meat, I'm taking away that option and I'm eating more meat. So it balances out.
I don't even know what to say at this point. I think you have started this episode off in so many offensive ways.
Good.
But
Just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right.
I now am in the mood
I'm-
for a cocktail.
You know, I kind of want a cocktail now too. It's just that kind of day for me.
Your shirt helps to get me ready for some future vacation that hasn't been even planned or purchased yet. So thank you.
Well, I'm trying to inspire in any way I can.
And you're doing it right here on episode 7.
Episode 7.
The cocktail episode.
The cocktail episode. No, that's the 10th episode.
That's true. That's true. Although we can't show anybody drinking since we're now on YouTube.
No, it's not alcohol. It's just herbal tea.
It's water that looks like gin.
Yeah. Gin, huh? You want to go with gin?
No, I don't like gin at all.
I used to not like gin too.
No, it has to be hidden.
Something happened during the COVID times where my whole body chemistry changed, and now I love gin.
I don't know how that is even possible.
I got the jab.
You,
So, all the Bill Gates microchips just changed my DNA, and now I enjoy gin.
oh, that's right. You did get the jab. What were you thinking?
I was thinking I want to keep my job.
I'm sorry. Just got distracted out the window for a second.
Someone jiggling keys outside.
Well, I'm just like, I see it's obviously nightfall at this point that we're taping this episode, and I just saw headlights, and I'm like, hey,
Well, yeah.
what's going on?
It goes with the shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I never saw the movie, but now I think I'm going to go see it.
Anyways, what do you say we get started with our first story?
Yes. Let's hope that it is not a story that I know already.
Because
ironically, actually, I did kind of know your story from episode 6 as well. It was the episode of us knowing our stories on the opposite side that we shouldn't have known.
Which is weird how that kind of keeps happening.
In the same episode.
Yeah. Not so much that we know the same, but just like there's like some
that it
kind
happened to be in the same episode.
Some theme tends to keep happening where it's either the same state or they're both women.
That's right. We had the other one that was the same state.
Yeah.
And then we had, You know, Tom and I were just...
kindred spirits.
We are. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is going to take place in 1994.
Bow, 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 bow. Oh, sorry.
No, actually, this is not anywhere near Florida. April 7th, 1994. FedEx. You remember FedEx?
Oh, God, I hope it's not a story I know. I mean, there was a lot of FedEx stuff back then.
There was a lot of FedEx stuff.
But, yes, I do know FedEx. I use it.
Did you know FedEx almost wasn't going to be a thing until, like, I think it was, like, the CEO, like, just started gambling away, like, the last remaining amount of money he had?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. Like, they were struggling to keep the lights on, quite literally. So he took the last remaining, like, I don't know, couple 10,000, 20,000 or something like that, put it all on black or red or whatever, won, kept winning, and eventually not only made enough to keep the lights on, but made extra to eventually create what is now FedEx. I may have butchered that story somewhat, but that is the gist of how FedEx is now a huge, like, delivery
it's one of the largest in the world. Yeah.
And it is the it's the company that Tom Hanks worked for before he was lost at sea.
Another Tom.
Rip.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Another Tom.
It's a Tom episode. All Tom all the time.
Oh, no. We have one too many Toms in the world.
Nope.
It's such a common, ordinary name.
Too many Toms. That sounds like a crazy 90s sitcom.
Too many Toms.
Anyway, April
let's
7th.
Get on with your amazing story.
April 7th, 1994. Federal Express Flight 705 was set to take off from Memphis, Tennessee to San Jose, California. Piloted by 49-year-old Captain David Sanders, 42-year-old First Officer James Tucker Jr., 39-year-old Flight Engineer Andrew Peterson. A last-minute addition was 42-year-old FedEx Flight Engineer Auburn Calloway, who came in on as a deadhead, which is an employee who rides along to get to their destination for work.
It's a term that's in all of the airlines, by the way. So pilots, flight attendants, all of that, if they're not working and they're going from point A to point B, they're deadheading. So just to make sure you know that that's the term.
Yeah, so if they need to be in Florida and they're currently in Massachusetts, you would be deadheaded on a flight to Florida.
And did you know that sometimes airplanes can also be deadheaded?
How?
They'll go ahead and they'll put a flight crew on there because they have to have mandatory flight crew on there, and they will deadhead an empty plane from one location to another.
Wow. Learning's fun. So, Auburn Calloway came on board as a deadhead. All he brought on board for luggage was a guitar case, which was a little odd, but they just kind of shrugged it off. The flight crew, right before takeoff, noticed a pulled breaker on the cockpit voice recorder, or CVR.
What?
Yeah. Peterson, the flight engineer, while doing all their little pre-checks, had noticed that their voice recorder, which is on every single plane,
So the black box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaker was pulled. So he reset the breaker, didn't think much of it, continued with the rest of the pre-flight checks. Nearly 26 minutes after takeoff was when Auburn went to his guitar case, where he had not a guitar, but a
violin,
a bunch of hammers, a spear gun, and a knife. He entered the flight deck and attacked Peterson, Tucker, and Sanders with the hammers.
Oh my gosh, wait. Was this a claw hammer?
It was.
I learned from him the term claw hammer.
Which is just a hammer.
But still a claw hammer. I even looked it up.
Well, yeah. And you also learned there's more than one kind of hammer.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
And so this guy used a claw hammer.
Correct. And a spear gun. And a knife.
Wow.
Yeah. He had a whole kit set up. Peterson and Sanders, now that is the captain and flight engineer, they both suffered fractured skulls.
Oh my gosh. Did they survive?
So, hold on. So Peters and Sanders suffered fractured skulls, and Peterson's temporal artery was severed. So, a lot of blood now. The blow to Tucker's head drilled shards of bone into his brain.
Oh.
And, hold on. So, before we get too far, just so we know, there was somewhat of a happy ending here. So this was not a brutal murder situation, but he sure tried. So
thank you for at least allowing people to feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
So shards of bone to his brain, and it temporarily rendered him unable to move or react, but he was still conscious of everything that's happening.
Oh wow.
So that was the first officer.
Okay.
So Auburn left to get the spear gun after now, whacking everyone. Peterson, the flight engineer, despite his head injury, managed to get up and wrestle with Calloway, Auburn.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, this guy was determined to live. And he was basically wrestling with him while he had the spear gun, basically preventing him from firing it, like holding on physically, preventing that spear from being ejected. Now, Tucker, the guy who couldn't move, once he could move, he grabbed the controls and pulled the plane into a sudden 15-degree climb, throwing Sanders and Peterson and Calloway all out of the cockpit. So he just went up. Tucker then turned the plane into a left roll, almost on its side, eventually almost upside down at 140 degrees.
Damn.
So this guy
is good.
So he's going up.
And by the way, he's doing it
with a head injury.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't know anybody who could do it with no head injury.
Yeah. So imagine the worst headache you've ever had. Now imagine flying a plane.
Right.
Yeah. So quick note, these guys were all like ex-military at some point, and Tucker himself was like a Navy pilot.
Wow.
So he knew his stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So this dope picked the worst plane to try and pull this stuff on.
I would use a worse word than dope for him. But anyways.
Well, YouTube. Okay, so during all this, Calloway managed to wrench his hammer free and hit Sanders in the head again. Tucker put the plane into a deep dive now. So, I mean...
Now, mind you, they're being tracked by the tower. I have to imagine that they're looking at these weird, odd, like, elevation hikes and then drops and so forth. I mean...
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, imagine this is a full plane.
So it has cargo.
Fully loaded with fuel and cargo. We're only 26 minutes in.
Wow.
And he is pulling these maneuvers off. He managed to level off at about 5,000 feet. So
he got it down low.
So after climbing up, pretty much turning it upside down,
right.
and then diving straight down, he managed to level it up at 5,000 feet. Callaway hit Sanders again, nearly knocking him out. Peterson, the captain, was bleeding from his ruptured temporal artery.
Sure.
And started going into shock.
Well, any head wound, you're going to bleed a lot.
Yeah.
The temporal artery is like...
Yeah, there's a lot of blood going on up here.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah, until you get hit with a hammer.
Or fall off a train.
Yeah. What?
Oh, well, I fell off the train at Disneyland and cut the back of my head open. 6 stitches later. I was bleeding all over the place. I was working.
Is that what that stain is on the...
No, they got it up.
On the platform?
Custodial came and cleaned it up. But
yeah,
yes.
I'm sure they're real happy about that.
Although they did have to burn my train conductor costume after that.
Because
it was completely filled with blood.
Oh, my gosh.
I had to go to Garden Grove Medical Center where they put me down, shaved the back of my head, stitched it up, and...
What a weenie.
Wow.
Can't even keep your own blood in your body. What a loser.
So the magnets that now lock the exit gates on the train stations because of me.
You know, there are a lot of modifications that seem
to
be
that's right. There's my alleyway. I was with you on that one when I fell.
Yeah.
I'll put in here to show you the scars on what that's from, so you can see when I fell at California Adventure.
Yeah. Yeah, you tripped over nothing.
No, I did.
No.
There was a little bit of a lip of that electrical box that was buried in the cement, which during the pandemic closure, they literally took that pad out and replaced it, and that electrical box is no longer there.
Yeah, because they didn't want any more TCs tripping and falling onto a fence.
Didn't you name it TC Alley?
Yeah, we all did.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, because you literally bled for the company.
I did bleed for I still have the scars to this day. 2 scars right there.
Anywho.
Back to this more graphic and horrible situation.
Peterson, with his ruptured artery, with his last bit of strength.
So he's not in the cockpit at this point?
No, because everyone got kind of thrown out.
Okay, so he's the only one in there.
No. So Tucker is the one who's manning the controls.
Got it. Okay.
And because of all this crazy maneuver, everyone kind of got flown
Everybody
out.
is now flying around in the back.
So,
which, by the way, I'm surprised that the cargo, I guess, stayed strapped in, because if that cargo started moving,
kind of have to.
Well, but if that cargo had gotten loose, it could have taken the plane down.
Yeah. So let's see. So Peterson was in shock with his last bit of strength. Sanders, who's been fighting with Auburn this whole time, grabbed the hammer and started beating him with it.
So finally we're getting some good hits on Auburn.
Yes. Tucker has now, at this point, finally been able to alert Memphis Center and requested an ambulance and armed intervention. Yeah. So once they finally got Callaway under control, Sanders, who's been wrestling with him, took control of the aircraft from Tucker, who by then had his sense of touch severely diminished.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Became paralyzed on the right side of his body.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah. Because, again...
Well, he's lost a lot of blood.
Bone shards.
Yeah.
So, Sanders, despite the plane's weight, height, and speed, managed to land this plane safely.
It was probably a 777. That's usually a lot of the planes that they use for cargo.
Probably. Callaway was arrested, and the crew was taken to the hospital.
Everybody survived?
Everybody survived.
Any lingering
Well, so Calloway, he tried to plead temporary insanity, but
oh, I'm sorry. F that.
Yeah.
No, you walked on with a guitar case with weapons in it. That's not temporary insanity.
no. Temporary stupidity, but not
yeah,
insanity.
but that's premeditated.
Yeah. So he was actually sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences.
Was he fired?
Well, funny enough, as of 2025, he is currently imprisoned in Florida. Bow, bow, bow. So, the reason why he did this was because he suspected he was going to be fired. So, his plan was to crash the plane while still being employed. So his family would receive the life insurance money that FedEx would pay out if he died on the job, which was, I think, around $2 million.
Here's the problem to his idiotic logic. You know, they do thorough investigations. They will see that there are damage wounds done to the bodies, and they will begin to suspect, and they will also see weapons on there.
See, so that's, yeah, I know. So that's why he wasn't going to shoot them. He was trying to injure them in ways that it didn't look out of the ordinary from a plane crash. But
still
yes,
not dumb. I mean, still not smart.
Yeah, but it's like the hammer, the spear gun, the knife, those things don't just evaporate.
Right.
Like, they're going to get found.
Right.
So, and the whole reason why he is the one that broke the breaker on the voice box. But, again, another flaw is, well, if he had just waited the full 30 minutes before trying his spectacular plan, the recorder was set to restart every 30 minutes. So that would have been wiped away.
Got it.
Now, as far as the Brave crew.
Which, badass crew.
Yeah. On May 26, 1994, so this was the following month, Sanders, Tucker, and Peterson were awarded the Gold Medal Award for Heroism, which is the highest award a civilian pilot can receive. Unfortunately, none of the crew was recertified as medically fit to fly
because
commercially.
Of the damage that was done to them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So Auburn basically, even though they got to live,
they were all
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. What a POS, right?
That's why I never fly FedEx.
Oh, that's why? That's why you're always flying as cargo for UPS?
No, because their planes go down.
As long as you got a volleyball, I think you're okay.
A volleyball? Oh, jeez. That movie was a little boring for me. I'm sorry. Although I will tell you that I did shed a little tear when Wilson floated away.
Everyone with a heart did.
It's a freaking volleyball.
Do you know they revealed what was in that package?
Which package? The one that he ultimately delivered?
Yeah, the one that he never opened. It was a satellite radio.
No way.
That wasn't.
I was like, come on. I was like, that can't be. Although that would have ended that boring movie earlier. Gosh.
All right, so what do you got?
Probably something you've already heard about, and now I'm just going to have to live through this one more time.
Hit me.
Oh, so much I want to hit you. Lately, I've been telling stories that have happened a long time ago.
I've noticed. living in the past? Trying to relive your glory days?
Wow, over 100 years ago was my last story. You're saying the glory days? Yeah.
Uh-huh. I notice you're not denying that.
I am going to tell you right now that your shirt still is making me thirsty for a cocktail. So this story does not take place so many decades ago. It's actually within the last 20-ish or so years. But it does begin in 1983 when, why did I do this to myself? Anna Lubitsch was born.
I think that was exactly right.
Do you know the story?
No.
But do you think that is right? Do you think I said it right?
What are those symbols?
Lubitsch, right?
Oh, man. I think you need to put that up on the screen so people can see what we're dealing with.
I don't know if I can even get all those symbols on there correctly. Anyhow.
You might just have to draw it, take a picture of it, and post it.
So Anna was born in 1983 in Belgrade, Serbia. So that should explain why I'm having a challenge with this name. She grew up there before moving to the United States in 2005. Okay, so 21 years ago or so. And then she eventually became a dual citizen. She built her career in the hospitality world. High-end hotels, luxury properties, the kind of places where reputations matter. These are the places that you and I generally do not frequent.
No. I don't think we'd be allowed in.
No, probably not. And some of these places I've never heard of. She worked at the Inn at Little Washington. Never heard of it. Don't even know if it still is in existence to this day. And later at the Wheatley Hotel in Lenox, Massachusetts. So that is where it is believed that she met Brian Walsh. And if you've ever worked in the hospitality industry, I have for 2 years considered hospitality industry at the Queen Mary. Even though it was a tourist destination, a hotel hospitality company ran it. Probably one of the biggest mistakes ever.
It shaped you to who you are today.
I'm not saying a mistake that I worked there. I actually met wonderful people there. I'm saying a hotel hospitality company shouldn't be running the Queen Mary.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, no. Awesome people that I've met there and still in my life today. But it's a small world. And for people who purposely do go in the hospitality industry, just like any particular industry, there are people who are wired like, I want to go in the hospitality industry and I want to become a GM one day. In order to do that, you have to move around from hotel to hotel to hotel a lot. That's how it works in that particular industry. Until eventually you will get your own hotel. And even that, you'll still move around quite a bit. So hoteliers, hospitality folks, they literally are like military in the sense that they don't really have any particular city they call home for longer than 1 to 2 years. Wow. We had people at the Queen Mary that when I first started there, we had one guy who was the hotel director. He lived in Vegas, and every weekend he went home.
That's awful.
Yeah. My boss, my direct boss, the GM or the hotel director, he and his wife moved around a lot. And
wasn't that the manager or of the Grand? Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of somebody from the Grand.
No, you're talking about Elliot, who was the VP.
The VP,
yeah. He opened Aulani in 2011. He was the GM out there, and then got promoted to VP of the Resort Hotels that encompasses both the 3 at Disneyland Resort and then Aulani. Because he lived in Hawaii on Oahu, he cut a deal that he didn't have to move, he and his family, from there to here, even though this is way bigger of an operation than Aulani. He only had to be here one week, I think, out of each month.
Good deal.
But that is not uncommon in the hospitality world.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it is crazy. So, and Elliot was a nice guy. He was a great guy. Now retired. So, anyhow, Anna and Brian started dating, and in 2016, they married. So, together, they had 3 sons. Didn't quite go crazy or psycho like your girl. By February of 2022, Anna's career had really taken off, and she became a regional general manager at the real estate firm Tishman Speyer, splitting her time between the family home in Cohasset, Massachusetts, and Washington, D.C., where she worked during the week. Again, these people are used to their long-distance commuting. By all appearances, she was thriving. She was doing great. No doubt about it. So, New Year's Eve 2022 changed everything. Dun, dun, dun. If we had that sound effect. The Walshes had dinner with a friend that night. Nothing out of the ordinary, no red flags. Nothing that would give any sort of sign of any issues, no public arguments or anything between the couple. But in the early hours of January 1st, 2023, something changed. And Anna tried calling her mom, then her sister, then her maid of honor, and none of them answered. Okay? That was a point in the story. I don't know why, because it doesn't really contribute to anything else other than none of those people answered. The last time that she was seen was around 4 a.m. After that, Anna Walsh vanished. Never to be seen again.
So where was this again? What state?
Well, we'll find out where she went.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So Brian would later tell police that he spent New Year's Day in Swampscott, Massachusetts, visiting his mother. These names of these cities back there, I tell you. So Swampscott, Massachusetts. But by January 4th, Anna hadn't shown up for work either. She hadn't called anyone back, and she hadn't been heard from. So kind of like, what the heck is going on? That's when both her employer and Brian himself reported her missing. I don't know why Brian would have waited so long, though. Employer's one thing, but I don't know why. If you haven't heard from your spouse in basically 4 days, you're waiting until the 4th day to finally call and report her missing?
Lisa freaks out if I'm 15 minutes late from getting
exactly.
home.
I don't know how many times you and I would be talking on the way home from Disney late at night, and she's like, I tried calling you. You're like, I was talking to TC, and I'd be home in a few minutes anyways.
Yeah, she worries.
I love that about her.
Yeah, me too.
Although you don't worry the same, do you?
About her?
Yeah. I mean, not that you don't have a worry always for your wife. But
not to the point where if she's like 15 minutes late.
Right.
But if it's like, okay, she should have been home an hour ago, I'll try and call her.
Okay.
But that pretty much never happens.
No, because when she's done with work, she's out of there.
Yeah, she doesn't go out.
No, she doesn't.
So, yeah, if I got home before she did, I'd know something be up.
Yeah. Lisa has a very typical routine.
Well, I think we both do.
Yes, you both very much have a typical routine.
Yeah, and I like it.
You're so funny. So Brian told police that Anna had left, so this is where we have a little bit of understanding where she might have been. Brian told police that Anna had left early on January 1st to catch a flight from Boston's Logan Airport to Washington, D.C. It was for allegedly a work emergency. He said she had forced her to move up her trip originally scheduled for January 3rd. But there was just one problem. The police, when they went to go confirm this information, they could not find Anna ever boarding a flight or took a ride to the airport or even left the house for that matter.
Is this like a Gone Girl situation?
So you haven't heard this story. Thank God he hasn't heard this story. Gosh.
I mean, eventually one's going to slip by me.
Records show that she had booked a flight for January 3rd, but never boarded it. And her credit cards, her debit cards, they hadn't been used since January 1st. The story began to unravel, though. So on January 8th, Brian Walsh was arrested and charged with misleading police. Investigators said there was no evidence he had been to the CVS or Whole Foods in Swampscott like he claimed.
Okay.
Instead, prosecutors alleged Brian had gone somewhere else, a Lowe's, in Rockland, Massachusetts.
Not Lowe's.
Lowe's.
Oh,
not even
yeah.
a Home Depot.
Well, if it was Home Depot, obviously everything's fine. But he went to Lowe's.
Lowe's.
Oh.
Yes. Only bad people.
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't say that. I go to Lowe's too. Well, maybe I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
On the morning of January 1st, he allegedly spent over $460 on cleaning supplies, along with a hammer and wire snips.
What type of hammer?
A claw hammer.
I think you make that hand motion every time.
I don't know. You know why? Because when we did that episode, you did this.
Did I?
You know, like this.
I guess I didn't remember that.
Well, when I do the editing, I see it again. So soon after, police searched the Walsh house, and in the basement, they reported finding blood and a damaged knife with blood on it. Brian pleaded, of course, not guilty. 10 days later, on January 18th, he was arrested yet again.
Okay.
This time charged with murder and disinterring a body without authority.
I mean, no body, no crime.
Apparently, prosecutors allege that Anna had been killed, dismembered, and disposed of.
Right.
And then came the searches.
I'm surprised they didn't accuse him of eating her, too.
Well, he's not Jeffrey Dahmer. Did Jeffrey eat? Or was it just Clarice? Whatever his name was. Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, wait. It was Dahmer. Wasn't it also Ed Gein? Or is it Gein? I never got that right.
I don't know that one.
No? What do you mean you don't know that one? Ed Gein? I'm pretty sure it's Gein. Pretty sure.
Put it in the comments if you're saying it right.
Is it Gein or Gein? Though I don't know how you're supposed to correct me in the comments.
No, you idiot. It's Ed Gein. No, I don't know that story.
Ooh, I think I got a future episode.
Unless I find it first and then do it.
No.
No, I already have mine the rest of the season. So, according to investigators, Brian's Google search, hello, dumb people, spread across multiple devices, including his son's iPad. Included questions like, how long before a body starts to smell?
Well...
It doesn't say here. I'm kind of curious myself, but I don't want to put that in the search to find out.
It's 3 days.
Because if something happened to you, you already know this.
What? Guy gets curious.
The other questions were dismemberment and the best ways to dispose of a body. So how are you not going to get accused?
Well, you probably want an axe. because a saw is just too exhausting.
And then his last research one. Can you be charged with murder without a body?
Oh, Brian. First time?
Brian was not too smart.
No.
So once again, Brian pleaded not guilty. What, are you going to accuse your son is the one who was looking this up? Gosh.
It wasn't me. It was the neighbor.
So by March 30th, he was formally indicted on charges of first-degree murder, misleading police investigation, and improper conveyance of a human body. Now, they still don't have a body. But all of this unfolded in 2023, but the story didn't end there. Fast forward to 2025. On November 19th, Brian Walsh changed his plea, admitting guilt to the lesser charges of misleading police and improper conveyance of a human body.
What does that even mean?
That he moved it. He moved the body. But where? But he still maintained his innocence when it came to murder. This guy was not very smart. So less than a month later, on December 15th, so just recently, not long ago, the jury delivered its verdict. Want to know what it is? What do you guess it is?
Hung jury.
Guilty of first-degree murder.
That's close.
Without a body. That's pretty amazing. I'm glad that they nailed him.
That's fascinating.
So 3 days after that, Brian Walsh was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
So we have no idea still.
No.
How he did it, why he did it.
So here's
where she went.
Yeah, so here's the part that still lingers, the part that makes the case impossible to forget. At the time of the verdict, at the time of this recording, I added that part. The body of Ann Walsh has never been found.
And what state was this? Massachusetts? Where was this?
Well, likely it probably was in Massachusetts. Unless, yeah, I mean, she didn't make it to DC. So she was home for New Year's Eve. The last time that she was ever seen was 4 a.m. on the morning of New Year's Day.
Right.
And that was it.
Man, what would have happened to...
Well, likely, since they found the knife in the house down in the basement or whatever, he must have killed her likely at home. Maybe she walked into the knife. She walked into the knife 10 times.
Oh, so a self-deletion, huh?
Well, that was also from Chicago. And I probably got the number of times walked into the knife wrong, but...
I think that was like an episode of CSI where a guy jabbed a knife into a doorway or something and just kind of kept backing into it. So,
I think you're right. I think there is an episode.
Yeah.
But he was trying to get somebody else, right?
It gave me the heebie-jeebies.
But he was trying to frame someone else, right?
Yeah. He was trying to make it look like... I think he was trying to make it look like a murder, because if he committed self-deletion, there was no life insurance policy, something like that.
Yes.
I don't know. I might be making that up, but I just distinctly remember that part of the stabbing.
Well, typically life insurance won't pay out on a self-deletion.
Right. Why he would make it look like a murder.
Right.
Yeah. Ugh.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I hate not knowing, the why and where of it, but at least he got his comeuppance and he's in jail. So.
I would imagine that at some point somebody is going to find a portion of her body somewhere, because she was obviously cut up and then disposed of, in different places. So I would imagine at some point somebody will find parts.
Anyway, let's...
On a happier note?
Yeah, let's take this to a happier place with happy thoughts and puppies and rainbows.
Sure.
Yeah. So we're going to go to Nevada, of all places.
Nevada, the home of the mafia.
I don't think we've done Nevada.
I don't think we have had a Nevada story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was in 2019, not too long ago. This is about 13-year-old William Preston. And he did what...
Nothing happens to dogs or
This
kids.
is a good story.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So
I just want to make sure.
So he did what few kids his age would do, even think to do. He traded his Xbox so he can gift his mom a car.
Oh, now that's awesome.
Right? So William could tell that his mom, a single mom of 3, was not doing great. She was struggling.
So financially struggling.
Well,
or health-wise.
It's just she had no car to get around, and so she was having trouble making ends meet.
Okay, got it.
So constantly having to rely on public transportation. So you're on their schedule. And one day, William was scrolling through Facebook trying to see if there are any cars for sale that maybe they could afford. And obviously there was none. But in the meantime, he was doing yard work. He was cleaning around the neighborhood, just trying to make a couple extra bucks. Again, to kind of square away and kind of help his mom maybe one day get this car. So already he's got a plan in motion. He wants to get his mama's car, her car. So
which I'm going to just say for one moment.
Uh-huh.
And I have a feeling that there's a very nice payoff here. But regardless, a 13-year-old thinking of that selfless act is amazing.
Right?
I mean, kudos to this kid.
Well, I mean, kudos to mom, despite being single with 3 kids and,
she's working her butt off to try to keep them going.
Probably working multiple jobs.
Yep.
Still manages to raise a good kid.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's amazing.
So, again, scrolling through Facebook, Marketplace.
Oh, the Marketplace, yeah.
He found a 1999. Now, this is a now 20-year-old car at the time. A 1999 white Chevy Metro for really cheap. However, he still didn't have enough money. He reached out to the seller and asked if they'd be willing to trade it for what he has and his Xbox. I know. At first they said no. Which
they don't know the circumstances.
It's to be expected.
Yeah.
But they thought it over, and they did reach out and said that they would do it, because at first you just think like, no, I'm not going to do that, but
right.
You probably thought like, well, if they're only offering that much and an Xbox, that's probably all they can afford, and it's a 20-year-old car. What do you hope to get out of a 20-year-old car?
I mean, if you can get 1,000 or 1,500, you'd be lucky.
Right. Well, so his mom, when William eventually told her like he got her a car, his mom did not believe him. So when the seller, when she arrived, she came and picked them both up. He's like, Mom, she's going to take us to your new car. Like, so she kind of,
was
went
going along with it.
And they both went into this, to her, stranger's car. They drove to this stranger's house. And that's when her son pointed out, Mom, that's your car right there. And she pretty much lost it. She couldn't believe, she was in complete disbelief. She started bawling her eyes out. I mean,
yeah.
How do you react to something like that? Like, you're a 13-year-old kid gives you a car.
Right.
It's just like a moment of shock, you know? And she said, quote, "What 13-year-old do you know buys their mom a car?" There are no words that can express my gratitude and how proud I am.
Mm.
So after this story broke, donations started coming in to help the mom, and also so William can have an Xbox again.
Aww.
Yeah.
That is amazing. I love stories where I've been very fortunate over the X amount of years to catch different stories here and there of, you know, didn't we have one where, I want to say we did in the first season, where the father gave up his like really cool classic car.
Yeah, he sold his dream car so he could afford diapers for his firstborn.
And his son,
in return,
went and found, basically, I don't think it was the exact same car. It
wasn't the same one.
But it was the same
make,
side,
same model,
right, and all that,
everything.
And got it for him.
Yep.
And you just look at these people. I think that's just amazing. To be able to do that.
We need more Williams, less Bryans.
Well,
definitely
less Bryans, but
less Auburns.
Yes, Auburn and Bryan were not either one of them. This was a good episode to talk about how stupid you can be as a POS.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
I mean, both are such classic examples of stupidity in action.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that that stupidity led to their downfalls, because, you know, typically, as you know, a lot of murder cases, if they don't have a body, typically they will not necessarily be able to prosecute all the way through because, like you just said, no body,
no crime.
No crime. And yet he made so many idiotic mistakes that he only framed himself.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
Well, and I'm glad he did, because I'm glad he's behind bars for the rest of his life.
I'm glad there are people that are just too stupid to get away with things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like awful people exist no matter what. But luckily, they're all just too dumb to get away with it.
Right.
Because they do things like that. They leave paper trails to everything they do.
And he tried to implicate, in a roundabout way, his own kid by going on his kid's iPad. Like, really? You are going to be that low life of a scumbucket to go on your kid's iPad to look up stuff that later on is going to implicate you in the crime.
Yeah, you go to the library, dummy.
Yeah. Well, let's not give them the the ideas, but yes, you go do it on a company computer.
Yeah. Use the company Wi-Fi.
I mean, we all did at Disney. I never did.
No, I don't.
Although I did have a coordinator. She told me once how she typed in whitehouse.org. Wait, was it Whitehouse? No, whitehouse.com.
Uh-huh. Which is a pretty common mistake.
Well, it's whitehouse.gov.
I understand, but I mean,
whitehouse.com.
99.9% of like all the websites we go to are .com.
Yeah. Do you know what whitehouse.com is?
I
don't know about today. This was years ago.
My first knee-jerk reaction was the restaurant, the White House.
That's the White House.
Yeah, which is in Anaheim.
Yes.
But your tone makes me think it is of a naughty nature.
Let's just say that Mickey Mouse would blush. And so it came up, and as you know, at work, you know,
they went with that for the name of their website.
Well, maybe it's all white women and men that are doing naughty things. I don't know.
Or it's in a white room.
It could be in a White House, and that's where all the naughty things happen. Anyhow, she went on there thinking she was going to whitehouse.gov, and she went to whitehouse.com. And, of course, this popped up on a company computer. And she freaked immediately, trying to scramble to get this off of the computer. And I think she ended up telling, this was before I became her boss. She told the previous one that what had happened, and so that way, in case IT or whoever the spies within Disney are looking, happen to flag it and go, you looked at a naughty website, you're in trouble. So, and yet I know other people who were fired from Disney because they were purposely looking at naughty sites.
But there's so much magic at Disney. Why would you need to go to such places?
To help make it the happiest place on earth.
Make it more happy.
Make it more. Well, isn't that the campaign during the 70th? Happier?
Yeah. They took it literally.
All
right. Well, that's all I got. That's all you got. That's all we got.
Do you have anything? Oh, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty good episode, I think.
No, I think so. So you want to go get a cocktail after this?
You've been talking about it so much. Yes, I do.
I think we should.
Yeah.
As long as you wear that shirt.
Yeah. So what did you guys think? Did you like it? Did you love it? What was your favorite story?
Well.
Answer now. I'll wait.
I think our stories were so uniquely different. Yours was a psychomaniac that tried to take down a plane, and thank God 3 amazing heroes beat him back.
Yeah.
And of course the one who decided to take the plane all over the place. I mean, that was probably the one singular movement that probably saved them to help to in some way knock him off his footing.
Yeah. Sure, that was the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While he's currently bleeding out and slowly losing brain capacity because of his injuries. I mean, jeez.
That's wild.
I'm glad he's still alive today, though. I'm
Yeah.
sure, though, there's might be some residual impact.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You can't have some brain damage and not have some residual impact.
Yeah, well, like I said, losing, the feelings in your hands. Yeah. Not
and
good.
That bastard is behind the bars. The rest. Wait, maybe Brian and Auburn can get to know each other in prison since they have a permanent home for the rest of their lives.
Well, if you remember the story where people met in prison, it didn't end well.
I would love for Brian and Auburn to maybe meet and then have one of them not end well. So, anyhow, thank you for joining us. Again, please, we hope that you share our wonderful, well, hopefully we think you think it's wonderful, but our wonderful podcast with others, because as we have pointed out now through season 3, episode 7, and all the previous episodes and seasons, we have plenty of people out there that suck. And I hopefully can learn from them.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Don't suck, people. Okay. Be the unsung heroes that we share. Those are the good people. And
be the Williams. Don't be the Bryans.
Exactly. And like in the last episode that he already knew, be the people at the shrimp basket who went out and helped an elderly man. Yeah. So care about your fellow brother, your fellow sister in life. So otherwise, if you don't, you might end up on People Often Suck. And we don't want you to end up in one of these stories. So thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you again in episode 8. Bye.
Bye-bye.